Host on camera. Energetic. Smiling. Today we're looking at two very different design philosophies. A track-bred GT that screams precision, and a refreshed classic that trades flash for presence. Meet the 2025 Toyota GT Super and the 2026 Nissan Cedric in brown. Let's break down what makes each one stand out, from body lines and lighting to paint choices and the little details that make you notice. 013 to 035. B-roll. Slow reveal. 3/4 exterior passes of both cars, alternating close-ups of badges and headlights. Post voiceover, wheel cover exterior design, available color palettes, signature details, and how those colors change the character of each car. Stick around. I'll point out the one design trick on each car that really sells the look on camera. 036 to 230. Post on camera with the GT Super in frame. Post. First, the 2025 Toyota GT Super. If you want drama, this is the drama car. Think low, wide, and aggressive, but with a kind of sculptural restraint. The hood is long and flat with subtle channels that feed air to the front intakes. The flanks are sharply creased. A high, muscular shoulder that narrows toward the rear to give the car that planted stance. B-roll. Low-angle shots of front splitter, air intakes, side skirts, mirror pods. Post voiceover, lighting is a headline feature. Narrow LED matrix headlights with integrated daytime running strips and blade-like LED fog modules built into the splitter. The grille is wide but shallow, more of a horizontal wing across the nose, and the large lower intakes are functional, cooling brakes and the intercooler area. 055 to 140. Post on camera. Points at wheels red like weapons. Staggered widths, multi-spoke forged wheels, exposed brake calipers peeking through. The roofline falls away sharply, a fastback profile that ends in a short, sculpted deck with an active rear wing. That wing isn't just for looks, it deploys at higher speeds to add downforce. Post voiceover, now color. The GT Super's palette is built to match its intent. High energy, performance-oriented shades like solar ember red, deep metallic blues, and a satin matte black for the stealth crowd. These high-contrast finishes accentuate the creases and vents. Gloss highlights where the body panels catch light, matte or satin areas where you want the shape to look more muscular. B-roll. Paint swatches, close-ups of metallic flakes, sun reflections. Post. Special paint options include a two-tone roof contrast, carbon fiber look roof with a high-gloss body, and an optional pearlescent finish that deepens with viewing angle. On camera, the pearlescent and high-gloss metallics are show stealers. They emphasize the GT Super's sculpted surfaces and make those crease lines pop. 231 to 430. Switch to Cedric. Cinematic slow pan of the brown Cedric arriving through city streets. Post on camera. More measured tone, flip the script. The 2026 Nissan Cedric, a modern reinterpretation of a classic nameplate. Where the GT Super grabs attention with aggression, the Cedric commands respect with presence. Think long hood, upright greenhouse, and proportions that say, luxury cruiser, rather than racetrack machine. B-roll. Front fascia, grille, chrome trim, classic round-ish headlamp styling reinterpreted as modern LED clusters. Post voiceover, the front is restrained but authoritative. A large, elegantly textured grille, flanked by jewel-like LED lamps that nod to the Cedric's heritage but use contemporary lighting tech. The bumper integrates subtle chrome accents and slim intakes. Nothing overdone, the design is calm and cohesive. 315 to 350. Post close to car. Hand-on fender, this one's in brown. Brown is a bold, sophisticated choice. It reads as earthy, mature, and surprisingly cinematic on camera. Under studio lighting or city neon, rich metallic brown picks up warm highlights and deep shadowing, making the Cedric look more like a mobile study in texture than just a car. B-roll. Macro of brown paint, metallic flakes, reflections of neon signs. Post voiceover, the Cedric's lines are softer than the GT Super's. Modest creases along the doors, flowing rear haunches, and a roofline that slopes gently into a full, dignified trunk. The wheel arches are generous but not ostentatious. A variety of wheel styles are offered, from multi-spoke polished alloys for the premium look to darker turbine-style wheels for a sportier stance. Post. Color options for the Cedric SKU Classic. deep brown, pearl white, graphite gray, and a deep navy, all with metallic finishes. There are also two-tone combos with a lighter roof for a retro-modern vibe. Brown especially pairs beautifully with tan leather interiors and warm wood or matte aluminum trim, creating a cohesive visual narrative. 4:31 to 6 o'clock. Host on camera. Both cars in background, side-by-side comparison. Host. Here's the fun part. Color changes the emotional reading. The GT Super in bright metallic blue or red feels urgent and sporty. Put it in matte black and it becomes menacing and stealthy. Its sharp angles and aggressive aero pieces need bold, high-contrast paints to read crisply. B-roll. GT Super in different lighting. Host voiceover. The Cedric, however, is a chameleon for nuance. Brown gives it a vintage luxury vibe. Think executive carriage, while pearl white or navy accentuate an understated dignity. On camera, brown absorbs and warms light. It's less about flash and more about texture and depth. B-roll. Cedric interior glimpses, rooflines, badges. Post. Small exterior details matter. The GT Super's exposed carbon fiber splitter and rear diffuser show off a performance story. The Cedric's fine chrome ledges, fitted trim, and discreet spoiler tell a luxury story. Both approaches are deliberate. They signal what the car intends to do before you even sit inside. 6:01 to 6:30. Host on camera, friendly tip tone. Host. If you're filming these cars, here's a tip. For the GT Super, use sharp, high contrast lighting, hard sun or hard studio backlight, to show off creases and vents. For the Cedric Brown, softer evening or golden hour light will make the brown sing. It adds warmth and richness. Use low-angle front passes for power, and slow tracking shots for elegance. 6:31 to 7 o'clock. Host closing shot, both cars slowly driving away. Host. So, two cars, two philosophies. The 2025 Toyota GT Super. Taut, aggressive, sculpted for speed, and happiest in bold, high-energy finishes. The 2026 Nissan Cedric, brown composed, dignified, textured, a statement in muted elegance. Which one would you park in your driveway? Tell me in the comments, and if you want a deep dive into interiors, paint codes, or wheel options for either car, drop a like and I'll make it next. Outro. 7:01 to 7:12. Quick end slate. Subscribe CTA, social handles, final shot of both badges. Host voiceover. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more design deep dives and cinematic car content. See you next time. Notes for the editor. Use 24 to 30 fps for cinematic motion, 60 fps for wheel and low-speed camera car follow shots. B-roll priority. Close-up paint swatches, badge macro, headlamp animation, wheel rotation, and wing deployment. GT Super.